Hello and welcome to the Gold and Silver Club weekly commodities review presented by myself, Phil Carr, and Nik Kelsey at the Gold and Silver Club. Today we've got a very special session. We're doing a post non-farm payroll session. We'll have a look at all the key levels and the key markets which are broken out this afternoon. We've had a bit of a delayed reaction on non-farm payroll, and we're getting a lot of the decent moves occurring right now actually. So we'll take a look at that. We'll review the latest developments in the commodities market, analyse the week's performance. The live session will cover an end-of-week summary for the metals, the energies, agriculture. We'll look at gold, silver, oil, natural gas, coffee, as well as other commodities. We'll look at the top trades of the week. We'll cover live market commentary and technical analysis. We'll also look at the week ahead, so key events looking forward, as well as covering any questions you may have as well. So the real big news today has been that the US has added 217,000 new jobs in May, beating expectations of 215,000. So today traders shifted their attention to May's non-farm payroll report. The US economy added 217,000 new jobs in May, outdoing estimates of 215,000, but falling short of last month's 288,000. The unemployment rate, which is drawn from different surveys of households, remained unchanged at 6.3% and is 0.1% improvement than 6.4% consensus. So earlier in the week, the US Department of Labor reported the number of individuals filing initial jobless claims benefits in the week ending May the 31st increased by 8,000 to 312,000 from the previous week's total of 304,000. Prior to the US employment report, gold markets were trading slightly higher following the bullish remarks from European Central Bank President Mario Draghi on Thursday. Now we have subsequently, in line with the NFP numbers, started to sell off a bit here with gold, and we've seen the US dollar index is gaining a little bit of momentum. Other trades in play right now are coffee, Australian US dollar, and also Brent and WTI crude oil. We'll take a look at all of those, but the main focus is going to be the metals, energies and agriculture. So the ECB also announced fresh monetary policy stimulus, as well as lowering the ECB refinancing rate by 10 basis points. Worries about a stagnant European economy influenced the central bank's decision, which in return boosted gold prices on safe haven demand. So the big question now is, will gold prices continue to hold their gains into next week, or are we going to see a continued sell-off? Well, we're still ricocheting between support and resistance. We've got 1260 resistance, 1240 support, and a 1245 intermediate support level as well, which we're just about hanging on to at the moment. So we'll see if we can break that during this session and over the course of this afternoon. So I'm Phil Carr, professional trader, trainer and speaker. I'm the co-founder and director of the Gold and Silver Club. I specialize in teaching people how to make money from trading the most lucrative financial markets in the world: gold, silver, oil, natural gas, agricultural commodities. I've trained thousands of individuals to become independent traders and successfully manage their own investment portfolio. I'm responsible for the research and development of the Gold and Silver Club trademark strategies that have a proven track record of generating returns for traders. Also a regular contributor to a number of financial publications, speak at numerous trading seminars, webinars and workshops. Joining me in running the Gold and Silver Club is Nik Kelsey, professional trader, investment analyst and speaker. Nik began his career within private wealth management in 2002 before making the transition into proprietary trading, and prior to co-founding the Gold and Silver Club spent over 5 years coaching professional fund managers and traders internationally for some of the world's top tier hedge funds and investment banks. And through his first-hand relationship with some of the world's most successful traders, discovered the formula, the mindset and tools that give any individual the definitive edge to trade in any economy. Also regularly writes for a number of global business and financial publications. We've appeared frequently on financial TV. A bit of background on the Gold and Silver Club, guys. Gold price at the moment trading at $1,247 an ounce. So we'll take a look at that very shortly. Top trades of the week over the last week using the Gold and Silver Club signature trading strategies, where we had a beautiful trade earlier on this week on platinum. Very decent risk reward on that, 90-point risk, and we really sold off heavily over the last week or so on platinum. Came down to our profit target, major Fibonacci level, where it's since reversed for 410 points profit. Each lot traded $4,100 profit for a nice 4-to-1 on platinum. Brent crude oil, we had a decent sell this week from a break of a major support level, came down 120-point move there. We've actually come back down. We're reversing again. I'll talk you through that trade very shortly. It's a sell short trade we're on right now, but that was a 60-point risk, $600 for each lot traded, 120 points profit, 1,200 US dollars profit for each lot traded for a nice 2-to-1. And then corn this week's just been great. We broke through a major level of support, Fibonacci level, just come down to our next major level of support, 120-point profit, 40-point risk on the trade, 3-to-1, $400 risk for $1,200 profit. So that's been pretty decent on corn this week as well. Okay, so with that, we'll go over to live technical analysis. I'll show you what's going on with the markets right now. So we'll take a look. We're just going a bird's eye view at the moment. On the left there, we've just got the agricultural markets, wheat, corn, coffee. As usual, the main play really here is going to be, you can see silver, gold. We've also got a nice sell short opportunity here at the moment with Brent crude oil, and we've had a nice sell on copper, which is delivered nicely this week. And keep an eye on platinum and palladium, definitely. And we've had some interesting moves on cocoa. So I'll talk you through. Let's start off with gold, shall we? So gold today actually failed to break through our key resistance level here. We've been looking at this trade a little bit earlier on today. It's failed to break through a key moving average. We've got a nice downward trending resistance channel here as well on the gold market. If we take a look at the 4-hour, we had a nice area of consolidation which has just broken lower in the last hour or so. We've seen that really start to sell off. Next major level I'm looking for gold to break is 1240 at the moment. Okay, so we've had a nice inverse hammer which has developed into a bearish candle here on the daily, in line with really the news coming out of the US, the bullish figures which have been bullish for the US dollar. We would expect gold to sell off a little bit further at the moment. We may get a break. The next key level here, 1240, but we've already started to get a nice sell short on this from an earlier entry point on gold. So that's the next key level to look at, 1240 for a break. Silver also selling off at the moment. We can see that we've had a bit of a pullback today on the silver market, and it looks like we could be heading back down to the 1863 level. We're about 30 points away from that key level at the moment. With copper has in fact managed to come down and hit one of, let's just bring up the copper market for you. Copper's actually come down, hit one of our profit targets today for a 2-to-1, had a nice sell short on that. We broke through a major trend channel which have been providing a lot of support this week, broken through some key Fibonacci support levels. You can see our entry here where we've just been able to sell short from a break yesterday actually of a consolidation, and we just come down, hit our 2-to-1. So we're seeing a little bit of weakness on copper at the moment. Markets which have been doing very well on the upside, we've had some nice breakouts on cocoa. We continue to break out. You can see there's nice hammers on the daily, consistently breaking out to higher highs here on the cocoa market. It's just been a fantastic market just to stay within the overall upward trend, and I don't see that slowing down just yet. It's looking pretty strong here, closing in again at weekly highs here on cocoa. So cocoa, the trend is your friend. And we're certainly seeing that on cocoa at the moment. Another market which has been breaking out today again to 2014 highs is palladium. Palladium, great little trade here. Nice hammers earlier on in the week. We've seen a break above yesterday's high and also Wednesday's high, and move right up to the next resistance here, 843. So loving these moves on palladium at the moment. We're just staying within the overall upward trend. Each move back down to the lower end of this trend channel is providing us with very nice opportunities just to get in on the overall momentum of this market. So palladium being very nice as well. Platinum, we had the sell short opportunity over the last week and a half, which has delivered. We've then found key support at $1,424 an ounce. Got a nice bounce off that, nice hammer here as well. Got a spike on the non-farm payroll today. We'll see how we close the week on the platinum market, but we look like we're getting, this is just going into a bigger time frame. A decent little setup here for the weekly as we go into next week. Nice little hammer forming there, so that's looking good on the platinum market. So palladium, cocoa and platinum continue to be nice strong markets in 2014. Other markets to keep an eye on at the moment is going to be natural gas market. We've got a test there with the next key level of 4725. is a very key resistance level for natural gas, which I'd like to see. If we're going to get any sort of decent breakout here, we need to get a break above 4.725 in order to pick up momentum to the upside. I'm just on the futures contract at the moment, so I can't show you too much historical data, but I can tell you 4.725 is quite a major level. On that break, we should get a decent rally of about 75 points up to 4798 there. That looks like a decent move higher. Brent has actually triggered a short that we had just on non-farm payroll. You can see that's coming down quite nicely. In fact, our entry level is just a little bit higher than that. We're coming down close to a 1-to-1, the one at 843 level. That's just triggered in line with the overall downward trend that we've had on Brent. We had a spike high yesterday, came up to the upper end of that trend channel and just selling off at the moment. So that's a nice little day trade on Brent. Silver and gold, yeah, just been a nice little sell-off on those markets. And also I'll be looking at coffee at the moment. Coffee looking interesting, nice little bit of consolidation, key level of support for us to break, nice downward trending channel on the coffee market. Again, the trend is your friend in the opposite way that cocoa has been continuing to break out to the upside, and palladium, coffee has been continuing to break out to the downside and just provide fantastic opportunities to stay short this market and take advantage of the overall trend. So we've had a lot of lucrative, a bit of a delayed reaction on the market, but some lucrative trade opportunities as the US session has really started to kick in. So with that, let's have a look at what key news announcements we can expect to cause more volatility in the week ahead. So key events looking forward. We've of course already had US non-farm payroll. So now we've got Tuesday, the 10th of June, we have the Chinese CPI, which is at 3:30 a.m. Central Africa time, 9:35 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time. The Consumer Price Index, the CPI, measures the change in the price of goods and services from the perspective of the consumer. It is a key way to measure changes in the purchasing trends and inflation. China is of course a big buyer of gold, silver, copper and oil. A stronger than expected number should be taken as positive for the metals and energies, and a lower than expected number should be taken as negative. Then Wednesday, the 11th of June at 4:30 p.m. Central Africa time, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, we have the US crude oil inventories. That data reports a number of barrels of crude oil commercial firms have in their inventory. Commercial firms report those levels to the Energy Information Administration on a weekly basis. So what you tend to see is a higher than expected reading should be taken as bearish for crude oil, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bullish for crude oil. And then as we move into towards the end of next week, Thursday the 12th of June at 2:30 p.m. Central Africa time, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, we have the US retail sales. So that data report measures the change in the total value of sales at the retail level in the US. It's an important indicator of consumer spending. It's considered as a pace indicator for the US economy. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bearish for crude oil prices, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bullish. Thursday, the 12th of June at 4:30 p.m. Central Africa time, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time, we have the US natural gas storage report, and that is the Energy Information Administration, the EIA natural gas storage report, measuring the change in the number of cubic feet of natural gas which is held in underground storage during the past week. So a higher than expected reading should be taken as bearish for natural gas, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bullish. And then finally, Friday the 13th of June, next Friday at 3:55 p.m. Central Africa time, 9:55 Eastern time, we have the US Michigan Consumer Sentiment. That index rates the relative level of current and future economic conditions. There are two versions of that data which are released 2 weeks apart. You've got the preliminary and the revised data. The preliminary data tends to have a greater impact, so a higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. So those are the 5 key announcements we need to look at in the week ahead. We've still got a few hours left, certainly of today's trading, with the US session really starting to get underway. There's been some quite lucrative trade opportunities with that delayed reaction on non-farm payroll. So if you yourself would like to trade commodities with the Gold and Silver Club at one of our training centers or online, you can very simply request information on the next Gold and Silver Club commodities trading course. You can go to www.jointhegoldensilverclub.com or contact our Johannesburg office at +27 11 083 8403 or just email us at office@thegollandsilverclub.com. And also do make sure you take advantage of our newsletter. You'll get free weekly reports on precious metals, energies and agriculture, as well as live market, technical analysis and prices. Okay, so I leave those numbers on the screen for you guys. I wish you definitely good luck for the rest of today's trading. It's been a lucrative one with today's NFP, and have a great weekend, and we will definitely catch you back here same time next week. And if you would like to learn to trade the commodities and get exactly the same setup as the Gold and Silver Club and have access to our live trading room and also to our international community of traders, just get in touch on the details on the screen. Okay guys, have a great one. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.